All right. Good morning, everyone. It is almost 11:30 on the 12th of April, 2021, and I'm doing a $174 recap. Uh, I traded F&D, and I'll go over that trade in a minute. MS Microsoft is a position that I put on Thursday. Did that over the phone. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. It looks like it's probably going to perform well, but I'm going to see if I can pick a better spot to enter it. So I got out of that position today. That will be a long-term hold, but I'm going to wait for a pullback, see if I can get a pullback on Microsoft. Okay, so F&D. So I had an order ready to go this morning, pre-bell, pre-market, so that when the regular market hours opened up, I would get filled. And usually, so right here in the last 5 minutes, let's go to the 1 minute chart here real quick. Usually I would cancel my order. So my strategy means that if it opens above, so I had 111.28 and 108.42 on my charts this morning. And under most circumstances, if the number, you can see here in the minute leading up to the market open, it went down below this 111.28. And usually what I would do is I would cancel out the order and just kind of say, okay, well, that's not going to be a support level. Obviously, if it's beneath that number, it's going to be a resistance level, which it actually turned out to be right here. You can see in the first minute, it popped up to 111.29. So I was like, well, you know what? It's okay. I have a high degree of confidence in this 108.42 number, and if I get filled at the open, it's okay. I'm okay with that. And I had staggered 100 shares around 111.28. But and it opened down here at 109.56. Well, it opened at 109.58. So I was like, okay, well, if I buy the open, I'm okay with that. That's not a bad spot. So I'm not going to cancel these orders. I'm just going to leave them be. Well, I didn't get filled at the open. In fact, I got filled at an average of about 111.20. So, although, let me see if I can make this bigger. I think it's about as big as it's going to get. Let's see. Yeah. So, although my order was in place, my orders were in place for 100 shares, and you can see, let's see, the volume here is like something like 48 in the first minute. There are 48,000 shares traded, and I had limit orders in, but I didn't get filled at the open. Although my orders were there, I didn't get filled anywhere near the sort of lower opening price right here. I got filled at 111 on an average at 111.20. So I was kind of like, well, that's a bummer. And so I held on to it. I was like, okay, well, maybe it'll go back above, and it didn't, of course. So then I had orders. I had 100 shares. I just put 100 shares at 108.42, and then just kind of wrote it out. And at this point right here, I remember this candle breaking above and it going above VWAP right there. I was like, if I had just canceled the orders that I had pre-market ready to go for market open, and then entered at my 108.44 price, then I would have 108.42, excuse me, not 108.44. Then I would have been in and out of this trade. This is a 1% move right here from 108.42 to 109.95. Actually, it's over a 1% move. I was like, I could be out of this trade right now, having taken profits and being done with it. So it came back down below 108.42 again. And I was getting a little nervous about this because at this point I had 200 shares at an average of 109.81. And so I'm kind of like, crap, I hate to see this thing turn red. And I was watching the level 2, and this thing was trading. So this is the 1 minute, and in these time frames, it was trading 5,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 1,100 shares, 2,000 shares, so on. And I was like, okay, well, I was watching level 2, and there's a pretty wide spread on it. And so it was going from, even though these are kind of wide candles, like from, let's say, 108.44 to 107.97, that was actually, this candle is representative of the spread. So the ask was at 108.40 and the bid was like around 107.96. So it was just buying and selling on the spread. So there wasn't a lot of information to be gleaned from these candles, really. And I was like, okay, this thing's trading thin. Let's see what it does. So it started climbing back up above 108.42. And then let's see, where did I let it go? I let it go at $2.12 on the second 100 shares. So I let it all go at 110. That's right, 110.54. So $110.54. And so I let it all go right there, 110.54. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm out. I'm only like read almost a little bit over $140 on that trade. And if I just stuck to my rules, and I could have just made, $140 between here and here, which was my real strategy. But anyway, that's how it goes. And so, and then the other thing that I sold today was Microsoft for just a really small gain. I'm just looking for a better entry on Microsoft than the one that I got. I think it was Thursday last week. So then, let's see, the SPY is trading in a really tight range today. You can see here, from top to bottom, let's see, the low is at 410.20 and the high is at 411.49. Yeah, so it's just in a really tight range here today. Not a lot going on there. And the other thing that I was looking at was Energizer. So let's take a look. Energizer's hanging around this resistance level. I might try and wait for another dip back down to the support line right here. See if I can get an entry on Energizer down here for the break to go above this roughly this $52 resistance line up here. Pretty slow day, really. Not a lot going on. The small cap scanner has been mostly quiet all day. I was thinking about shorting NCTY. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying very close attention to it, and so of course today it's up $2, so it would have been not a great short. So looks like it's trying to hold on to this support line right here, but this is a descending support line. So there's nothing really for it to hang on to as of right now until something changes. I think NCTY is going to come under pressure. Just kind of looking around here. Let's see, momentum, Sino's volume is really low. It's not really giving I don't see a setup in here. It might, I don't know. I don't see anything happening there. Nothing really for me to latch onto for a trade. Ruby is curing cancer. I don't see anything happening there either to the upside. It is getting down below this level right here, this sort of $23 level right here. That was support, but it looks like it's falling below it now. Yeah, 23.01. That was support, but now it's kind of breaking that back down below it. I'll keep my eye out for it. If it kind of comes back down to this $15.50 level, then maybe I'll look for an entry, $15 to $14.75, somewhere in there. I don't know. There's just Oh yeah, and the small cap that I was looking at, WHLM, did a nice little gap and go this morning. You can see here, actually, it's a little bit easier to see on the 1 minute. So in the first 1 minute, it sold off. It opened at 892, went down here to 858 roughly, and then caught a nice move there. I didn't trade it. Nice 21% move from 858 to 1042. But I just it. So the news is that there's a company that's acquiring. I've forgotten what percentage of shares, like 20% of shares or something. And it's an investor that you've heard of. Schwartz is the guy's last name, Schwartz family. You know, if you've been around the financial industry for a while, you know the Schwartz family investment trust, whatever you want to call it. So it carries some weight, but it just didn't. After it moved up, it's not curing cancer. It's not, curing Alzheimer's or heart disease or anything like that. I don't know what it's doing actually. I don't know anything about this company other than it's in the, let's see, what is this? This is the commercial services. I don't know. I just yeah. So it didn't really catch much of a bid today after it had a run to $10. And $10 apparently the whoever this is that's getting into it has rights to. They have like, I don't know if it's warrants or options or what, but they have rights to be able to buy it $10 a share. So I was kind of suspecting this thing to hit $10 a share, but I didn't know. I didn't have a lot of confidence in it, so I just left it alone. All right. That's the recap for the day. Not exactly the $500 day that I'm looking for, but it's a green day. I get to be happy with that and come back and give it a go again tomorrow morning. All right, everybody. Good luck out there today. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a message, tap the bell, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Out.